Well, welcome to the Coach's Corner. Hi, I'm Frank Barbahan, and I will be your discipleship coach for this week. Santa Claus. Well, belief in Santa Claus among Christians has been pretty controversial over the decades. There are several ways that people think about this, and there's actually been some research with kids about Santa Claus and their beliefs. Some people think that, look, children think magically anyway. So Santa Claus is just a magical fantasy that fits with the way they think. What is the big deal? As they mature, they will catch on, and they do just fine. They have all kinds of fantasies about all kinds of things that they have to let go of as they mature, and Santa Claus is just one among many. And there was even somebody did some interviews with 500 children and said that not one child was angry with their parents for having lied to them. So that's one line of thinking. Second line of thinking is, well, we know children think magically, but they really are good mini scientists. They really are. I mean, they pile up the evidence together. So they rely on their parents to tell them truth, and so the parents stand by the story that Santa's real. They get confirmation that Santa's real from their friends. They get confirmation from television programs that don't blow the whistle on the myth. And they get confirmation from movies. And then if mom and dad or grandparents are cute and clever, they put out cookies and milk, and they will bite half of the cookie and leave half of the cookie there and drink most of the milk, but not all of the milk. And the child comes down and sees the evidence, and it all lines up. Mommy and daddy say it, Grammy and Grampy say it, their friends believe it, television, the movies, and there's the other evidence that Santa was there. I remember as a little boy that I came home one Christmas and there was a box full of presents, and there was this note from Santa saying, sorry, I missed you, blah, blah, blah. And I do remember the moment vividly, looking at the note, because I remember thinking, this looks awfully like my mother's handwriting. But I really didn't connect the dots, but I was wondering. And it's not that kids just think magically. There's these mini scientists, but the adults throughout the United States do such a good job duping their own kids. But that's the way it is. The third is that duping our kids sets up a sense of betrayal, that when our children mature enough and catch on, they can feel that the lie, both by their parents and by the broader culture, has eroded trust in their parents and in the culture around them. In addition, it doesn't foster critical thinking. You're telling the kids to stay in magic land rather than dealing with reality and with the truth. You're also telling them that it's not good to doubt. If you doubt the existence of Santa, we reaffirm this. Santa is alive, you see, that Santa is real. And so the child we don't encourage the doubting to the skepticism, the cynicism by which they exercise their critical thinking in our little miniature scientists. And we actually reinforce believing things by magic and by intuition and by feeling and not by evidence. Now, it's controversial. Everybody has their own opinion. What my wife and I did when our children were growing up is, frankly, we played it close to the vest. We figured that if our children were to feel betrayed or feel like we've lied to them, that wasn't going to be good. So we just told them the truth, that Santa was pretend. And we told them that, other children are not told that it's pretend, so they're to keep their mouths shut. But we know that it's pretend. But we went ahead and, had them sit on Santa's lap and took pictures and so forth and celebrated Santa as part of the Christmas holiday, right, wrong, or indifferent. But we did that. But we did tell them that it was pretend. No doubt reality slid around for them, and so one moment they would know that Santa's pretend, and another moment they would feel like he's real. I remember as a boy, went to Frontier Town, and I knew the whole thing was pretend. but I was on a train ride and cowboys came to rob us. And I remember the moment vividly of looking at the cowboys and looking around the train and wondering, is this real or is this pretend? So it does slide around for them. But that's okay. For my wife and I, the main thing was that our children knew we had told them the truth. Any thoughts, reactions, feel free to blog us or email me at frank@peakperformancediscipleship.com, frank@peakperformancediscipleship.com, and we'll see you next time.